Welcome back to Whiskey with E. I'm Eric. I know we're swaying. Hold it. Alright, now we are going to recap on the blend number 3 experiment. Now, let's just say when I was recording the video of the recap of this blend, you know, topping it up with this Blanton's, I went to take that last sip and it cut out. So, we're here. Alrighty, so let's give this a taste. And we may even throw in some more of that original Blanton's in there, possibly. I mean, I know the fill line's going to go, sorry about the lighting, guys. Alright, let's stay right here. My apologies, everyone. Alrighty, here we go. Okay, that would do. Alrighty, let's put that up. No, not up. We're going to put it beside. Here we go. Alrighty, so pretty much what a journey this blend has been. Let's just say Weller 12, Woodford Reserve, very fine, rare, Baker's 107. We had hints of the Lagavulin 2022 special release, that natural cask strength, Scotch Isla single malt. We had hints of the Galway pipe from Australia. All right, so it's a 1990s bottling. And then we just added in some of the Blantons that we let soak in the if I could see where the things is. Oh my goodness. Oh, right here. We let soak in the Australian red gum. Now, I used up all of that Blanton's that was soaking in the Australian red gum. I put it into this blend bottle. So now we have empty Australian red gum again. So we are going to definitely fill that up. So, but before we get to that, let's have a taste of this. Like I said, I'm calling this experimental blend number 3. Alrighties, here we go. So on the nose. Ah. Essentially, raisin, sultanas, that cherry, that red fruit is weaving through this smoky oak. You know what? It is a nice nose. You could almost say it's creamy. It's almost like some layered cake. But you know what? Maybe we'll just add in some more Weller 12 into it just to bring out some extra age, and then we're going to call it that, alright? But just for scientific sake, I'm just going to have a sip of this. We can only imagine how it's going to taste with some extra Weller 12 in it, so I've got to stop sipping out of it because it's just going to keep coming down. But let's have a sip, guys. Cheers, everyone. In the breath, that smoky campfire Lagavulin's there, but it's not coming across as a Scotch or a single malt. Originally it was. You're picking up that single malt element in the breath, but now it's just weaving through with the oak and with that red gum, like it's just a smoky oak. You know what? It noses beautifully, guys. Beautiful. You know what? To top it up, I am going to add in some more Weller 12, even though the Weller 12 is almost gone. Oh dear. You know what? Seeing as originally it started off as the Weller 12 and the Woodford Reserve, very fine, very rare, buzzwords, you know, and we have been bringing it down and adding in these other bourbons and other expressions. I think we need to add in some more Weller 12. Here we go. And then we're just going to let that sit, guys. Alrighties. Weller 12 that I got from Man, I can't even remember now. It's 2020 or 2021 I got this bottle. Alright. Yeah, what? I'm filling it up a little bit just so I can have a little sip. Come on now. I couldn't resist, could I? Here we go. Alright, let's put that down here. Let's just cover this bit here first, just so that we can do this. Alright. Because obviously there is not enough air in there to hold the cork down, so we're going to need to have another sip. Oh dear, why not? It just happened again. It just happened again. Alrighties, we're adding in some more Weller 12. Alright, now we're definitely gonna... Alright, we just got to keep it down now, alright? Because I can't keep pouring more of this Weller 12 in there. Alright, that will do. That's it. That's it. I'm calling it. No more sips out of this Weller 12. We need to save it. What are you doing? Alrighties, let's just tuck this away now, guys. Let it mingle. Boom. Done. Batch 3. Definitely done this time, guys. I am not adding in any more. Here we go. Alrighties. So, batch 3 with some extra Weller 12. Here we go. Essentially, it just got more traditional bourbon notes, you know, more of that vanilla, the caramel. Obviously, you got to let it mingle, guys. You got to let it do its thing. This is just so I could close that cork, and I just really wanted to have a little extra taste, but well, now it's not too overpoweringly smoky. It's not so overpoweringly like with that sweet port influence, like the raisins, the sultanas. Now we're just getting to more quintessential bourbon notes, but all those notes is still there in the background weaving. So if you wanted a subtle finish, this is probably heading in that direction. There you go. You know what? Let's have a sip. Cheers, everyone. Mm. Mm. Oh. Oh my goodness. That's good. That's good. We're ending it there. There you go. It's not too high of a proof. It's not too low of a proof. There is complexities in this blend. There you go. Blend experiment number 3 done and dusted. We will wax seal that. Now, blend number 4. Since we have here the empty cup of the red gumwood, we are going to add in, may as well. Alright, since we do have some of the original in there, we are gonna throw some of that in there. Not too much, because there's really not too much left in there, so here we go. Okay, that's it. I'm trying to just not polish off bottles. I'm trying to not use it all for blends. Let's sit that on the shelf and let it gather dust. Alrighties, here we go. And then we will continue the top up. Alright, like I said, there's really not much in there, guys. If that just the perspective of the fill line, it's really not much of that original Blantons in there. So we're going to mainly fill it with this special reserve, which was dumped on the 11th month of the 14th day 2020, the one that we just uncorked. So let's add that in there. Here we go, guys. Boom. And now that fuel line is gone down dramatically. Don't spill it now. Will this cork shut? Yep, there we go. Alrighties. We're going to have to tune back in for the next experimental video. We're going to really see how this is going. Probably in a few days. Maybe I'll let it sit for a week and we'll come back to it. So we just created this on Friday. So by next Friday, maybe I'll have a taste. I'll probably get too impatient and I'll be trying it every day. You know, I generally like to sip out of it. Just little sips every day just to see how much of that, all that woodiness is imparting towards the whiskey. But let's let that sit and let's just pour up some of this special reserve and just do a little quick recap on it. I mean, look at all that air space in there now. Alrighties, we're going to make this a quick video, guys. So I know my videos can go for too long because I do ramble for a bit. Oh my goodness. Alrighties, 80 proof Blantons. Honestly, when I was doing the side-by-side with the original all of a sudden just became a whole lot better. Now, comparing the original to other things, it wasn't that good. Now that it's comparing to the 80 proof, 40%, it all of a sudden became darker. You know, you notice the oak in that, in this Blanton's a whole lot more. Alrighties. Which is kind of funny, but let's just see how this is now. Let me just cleanse my palate. Here we go. Alrighty, guys. Like, my first impression probably didn't sound too good, but keep in mind, I do like my barrel proof bourbon. I'm not taking anything away from this for an 80 proof bourbon. This is a good 80 proof bourbon, you know. But, you know, like, if like, honestly, even that Blanton's, you know, at 46.5% just puts it up a notch, you know, gives it that extra oak. And, you know, but if you don't really like oak and you're not really into your high proof bourbons, maybe this 80 proof Blanton's is going to be your jam. Alrighty, let's have a nose. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, very bright. Very sweet. You could say it's almost like apricot-y, not almost like, not green apples, maybe heading more towards peach. But it's just, yes, you could describe it as the vanillas and the caramels, like every bourbon has that element in it, but it's not dominantly vanilla and caramel. You could say it's almost like herbal or floral. Like, there is oak here, guys, but it's just not deep, dark, rich oak. You know, it almost comes across like young oak or youthful oak. Maybe just watered down to 80 proof oak. Alright, anyways, let's have a sip, guys. Cheers, everyone. Like, you are getting the oak, but honestly, there's just no, it almost feels like there's no mid palate. You know, it's like sweet, skips the mid palate, all of a sudden you get a little bit of oak and then it goes, you know. But I'm not saying it's a bad bourbon. I mean, compared to other things that is 37, 40%, this is probably actually a whole lot better than those, you know. But it has to be justified because you're expecting it to be better than other 37% or 40% other low proof bourbons, because those low proof bourbons are going to be under $50, you know. It's going to be that $45 range, something like that. This is a $100 80 proof bourbon. I know I said $99 in the actual review, even though I showed you the receipt when it said $99.99. I should have just said 100. It's a $100 bottle of Blantons at 80 proof. I personally can't see myself buying this purely to drink. You know, you may be buying it as a novelty, or if you're a bourbon collector and you don't have the green label in your country, then maybe you can justify paying 100 Australian dollars for this bottle, you know, to complete your Blanton's collection, something like that. But if you were just buying a bourbon to drink and enjoy, would I recommend you buy this Blanton's? Probably not, to be perfectly honest. $100, I could probably find a rare breed for $100. All right, so I know the prices is rising nowadays. Maybe it's not even $100 anymore. And I know rare breed, sometimes you see it at like a BWS for 115. I mean, Russell single barrels, they're probably getting more expensive now too. They're probably not $90 anymore. They're probably over 100 as well. But at least that is a bit higher proof, and there's going to be more flavors, you know? Even the Russell's 10. If that's cheaper than the Russell single barrel, there's probably going to be more flavors in that. And that's going to be a whole lot more readily available than you trying to find this Blanton's to try on a special occasion. And honestly, if you're cracking it open on a special occasion, you might not enjoy it as much, especially if you're a barrel proof kind of person. All right, let's have another sip. I'm ranting again. Cheers, everyone. You know, a little bit of spikes here, there, like little prickling heat, but you know, you could almost say it's a little bit of a spice that comes on before it heads towards slight oak, then just drops off. Like I said, 80 proof, 40%. It's not going to be the most complexest bourbon. It's not going to be the longest finish, but you are going to be buying it purely because it's a green label. That's probably why you're going to get this. If you're in the States and you want to justify paying 100 Australian dollars for it, maybe it's a good trading commodity. Maybe you could trade this for other bourbons that you rather open up to enjoy. But if you're just getting into your bourbon and you're not quite heading towards the barrel proof bourbons level yet, then I think you're just going to enjoy this for what it is. For an 80 proof bourbon for 40%, it's not going to be offensive. It's going to be approachable. It's going to be the S word. It's going to be smooth. You know, so you will enjoy it if you give it to your friends that aren't truly bourbon drinkers, you know, someone that drinks on special occasions. Then you know what? They're all going to appreciate this. They're probably going to say that's a very nice bourbon. So that being said, yeah, yeah. See what I mean? I'm even in a divided mind state. Like, do I recommend this or do I not recommend it? It just really depends on what category you're in, you know? Like, I recommend it. If you if you are a bourbon collector, then obviously you're probably going to want this. Then yes, I recommend you get it. But if you are drinking it then and planning to open it, then maybe I just recommend you get a Russell single barrel or a Russell's 10 or get a rare breed. I mean, even a Wild Turkey 101 would probably challenge this. I'm just saying, guys. And it's going to be cheaper. And you're going to be able to find it in most stores. So, there you go. Alrighties, I'm ranting. I'm going to end this now. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know. Would you be chasing this bottle? Would you want to spend 100 Australian dollars on an 80 proof Blanton's? I mean, like, if you're sharing this to your friends, they're all gonna like it, unless they're barrel proof people. Then they're gonna think exactly how I'm thinking. It's that finish is too short. You want it to be more complex. But you know what I mean? But if you were opening a straight from the barrel for these non-bourbon journey, non-bourbon enthusiast friends of yours, maybe that's going to be too hot for them. Maybe that you're going to scare them off. So you'd probably want to whip out this to be like, oh yes, a bottle of Blantons from Australia. Might be like a tater thing. You could impress your friends or something. But honestly, it's not truly a special occasion bourbon in my eyes, you know. Like, me opening a Master's Keep would be a special occasion pour, and I'd probably not want to drink that as much, if that makes sense. Alrighties, I'm going to be repeating myself. Much love to you all. Like, comment, subscribe, drink responsibly, and as always, don't drink and drive. Alrighty, guys. Cheers, everyone. You're all appreciated. I'll catch you all on the next video. Later, all.